So before I go and show you some really practical examples of how to practice sadhana, particularly mantra sadhana in the traditional Tantra, I just want to speak about a really important topic of menstruation. And don't close your ears for our fellow men, because this topic is also very important for you to know. And I'm only going to just touch on it, and I will try to convey it in a really clear way so you understand. Now, quite often people say, why do we not see women so much in all the kind of recognition of great yogis and yoginis or tantrics or tantrikas? And it's because in some ways, the women's practice, maybe there has been many women sadhakas practicing, but sometimes because of this issue with the menstruation, they were excluded from different practices, especially in Tantra, because sometimes it is really not possible for a woman to do certain processes while she's menstruating. And I know immediately this can start to boil inside. Why is that not allowed? Let me explain. So when a woman is menstruating, our body, our energy becomes tamasic. Full stop. Okay? Because the apana vayu is pulling down through the body. That downward flow of energy becomes active, and this is how the blood is released. Okay? Now, when we are using mantra, yantra, and all of these techniques, kriyas, everything, the energy is moving up. If we go into the temple and we are beside the puja, the moti, we are making puja around the moti, the statue, then the energy is building and lifting up. And so when we are menstruating, our energy is going down. And then if we come into a sadhana process, the energy is coming up. And two things can happen. Number one, it can mess with our internal energy. And in Tantra, the nature is the nature. We're not here to totally kind of go against the nature. We want to embrace what's happening in the nature. And actually, a woman's menstruation time is more for rest. It's not for going hardcore full on with your sadhana. Now, this being said, the other side of that is when a woman is in this tamasic energy, she becomes like a big sponge. And our energy is very infective to others around us and the environment. So if, for example, we go to the temple or we go to a yantra, it's like that energy can really be absorbed and it can be an over flood. It's like too much energy comes in at a very sensitive time on our moon. And this can make us not very centered, not very grounded. It's like we're already having to process a lot of energy moving through the body, physically, then emotionally and mentally. So really just be open now to consider these two things. Yeah. Now, in traditional Tantra, there are ways to work with this energy, and it's not so widely spoken about. Normally, if you go to a temple in India or you are in a particular sadhana process, it's like, okay, you're on your menstruation, better go and just rest, yeah? We don't really know what to do with you. But in traditional Tantra, through Guruji, we have the grace of Chandalini's sadhana. And there was a particular goddess, Uchista Chandalini, that works with this menstruation energy. So she allows that this energy can be utilized in the perfect way it should be in menstruation. So by using a different mantra, a particular mantra for this time of the month, a woman can transmute this energy inside. And when I say transmute, it's not going against the nature. It just means it just refines it. So I've really had this experience myself where I've been really heavy, like a woman can get. And, I'm just like eating and feeling heavy, not really feeling like doing anything more than rest. And then I've sat and I've chanted my mantra. And then it just clears. It clears that residue feeling. And it really is a gift, because what this mantra also does is, if you, for example, are doing a 40-day sadhana and then you're menstruating for however many days, then for usually it's 5 days, we take this mantra, we just change the mantra we're doing. And what it does, it creates a bridge so that we are still connected to our other sadhana, but we are using the appropriate mantra for that time of the month. And then once we finish, we take a full body shower, we wash ourselves, and then on that day, on the 6th day, we resume the other mantra without missing anything. And this is how there is a bridge. This is how women are able to fully partake in the Tantra. And one thing that I really want to point out here, just in case this has been a trigger point for anybody, is that particularly in our lineage, just as equally as the men are doing many processes, many disciples are doing many great things in the Tantra, the women are equally doing this. And I can say this as a woman, I feel the same abilities and the same opportunities and the same capacity as any of my brothers. In some cases more. And you can see this in a path. If a woman is really allowed to step up into, to be able to share, not only be able to practice what is being offered, but is also being empowered to share this with others. And that really says something, because in many spiritual paths, this is not, as I know you know, always the case. Okay, so this being said, let's move on now in regards to how to practice sadhana.